Have you ever gazed up at the stars and wondered if we're truly alone? It's a question humanity has asked for millennia. But what if I told you that one of the earliest civilizations on Earth, the Sumerians, might have already answered it? They wrote of powerful gods who came from the heavens, known as the Anunnaki. And their stories are so detailed, so technologically advanced, that they've fueled one of the most intriguing theories of our time, the ancient astronaut theory. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying back thousands of years to ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, to explore the incredible tales of the Sumerian gods. Forget everything you thought you knew about mythology. The story of the Anunnaki isn't just about gods on a mountaintop. It's about beings from another world. So who were the Anunnaki? In Sumerian, the name translates to those who from heaven to earth came. According to ancient cuneiform texts, like the Enuma Elish and the Epic of Gilgamesh, these were not ethereal spirits. They were described as physical beings who descended in fiery chariots or sky ships. These gods were said to have established the first cities, taught humanity agriculture, writing, law, and astronomy. They were the ultimate teachers, the bringers of civilization. The main pantheon was led by Anu, the great father and king of the gods, who resided in the heavens. His two most important sons were Enlil and Enki. Enlil was the commander, the lord of the air and earth, often portrayed as a strict and powerful ruler. His half-brother, Enki, was the god of wisdom, magic, and technology, known for being a friend to humanity. This dynamic between the two brothers, one a stern disciplinarian and the other a compassionate creator, forms the basis for many Sumerian myths. Now, this is where the story takes a wild turn. According to translations by scholars like Zacharias Sitchin, the Anunnaki didn't just visit Earth. They came here with a mission. Their home planet, which Sitchin called Nibiru, was facing an atmospheric crisis. They needed gold, a specific type of monatomic gold, to create a protective shield for their atmosphere. And where was this precious metal found in abundance? You guessed it, Earth. The initial plan was for the Anunnaki themselves to mine the gold. They established bases in what is now southern Africa and the Persian Gulf. But the labor was grueling, back-breaking work, even for gods. After centuries of toil, the lower-ranking Anunnaki, known as the Igigi, staged a rebellion. They refused to work in the mines any longer. Faced with a labor crisis, Enki, the brilliant scientist, proposed a revolutionary solution. He suggested creating a primitive worker, a Lulu, to do the hard labor for them. Using their advanced knowledge of genetic engineering, the Anunnaki took the existing hominids on Earth, our early ancestors, and upgraded their DNA. By mixing their own genetic material with that of Homo erectus, they fashioned a new being, Homo sapiens. Us. Think about that for a moment. The Sumerian texts, written over 4,000 years ago, describe a process that sounds eerily similar to modern genetic modification. They speak of mixing the essence of the gods with the clay of the earth. Could this be a mythological retelling of a real-life cosmic experiment? Is this the missing link in our own evolution that science has been searching for? Humanity was created to be a slave race, designed to mine gold for their creators. But Enki, who had a soft spot for his creations, often went against the wishes of his brother Enlil. He secretly gave humans more knowledge and wisdom than they were supposed to have. This act of compassion is echoed in many world mythologies, like the story of Prometheus giving fire to mankind. The story gets even more dramatic with the Great Flood. The Sumerian texts tell a flood story that predates the biblical account of Noah by thousands of years. Enlil, annoyed by the noise and proliferation of the human race, decided to wipe them out with a catastrophic deluge. He made the other gods swear an oath of secrecy, but Enki couldn't bear to see his creation destroyed. He went to a human named Usadra, or Utnapishtim in the Babylonian version, and secretly instructed him to build a giant boat to save himself, his family, and the seed of all living things. When the floodwaters receded, Enlil was furious to find survivors. But Enki reasoned with him, arguing that humanity deserved a chance. From that point on, the relationship between gods and humans changed. The Anunnaki elevated certain humans to act as kings, ruling on their behalf and serving as intermediaries. This was the birth of royalty, the divine right of kings. Sumerian art and cylinder seals are filled with fascinating imagery that seems to support this theory. We see figures wearing what look like modern-day wristwatches or carrying mysterious handbags. We see depictions of winged discs that look remarkably like flying craft. And most famously, we see illustrations of the solar system that not only include all the planets we know today, but also an extra 12th planet, Nibiru, the supposed home of the Anunnaki. How could an ancient civilization have known about planets like Uranus and Neptune, which weren't discovered by modern science until the 18th and 19th centuries? Of course, mainstream historians and archaeologists have a different take. They argue that the Anunnaki were simply personifications of natural forces or abstract concepts, as is common in most mythologies. They believe the translations by proponents of the ancient astronaut theory are often based on misinterpretations or take creative liberties with the ancient texts. They suggest that the sky ships were metaphors for comets or celestial events. And the genetic engineering story is just a creation myth, a way for ancient people to explain their own existence. But the questions remain. How did the Sumerians develop such a sophisticated society so suddenly? Their knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and law seems to appear out of nowhere, fully formed. Could the stories of the Anunnaki be a distorted memory, a mythological echo of a real historical event? A time when extraterrestrial visitors walked the Earth, guided our evolution, and built the foundations of our civilization? Whether you believe the Anunnaki were actual flesh-and-blood astronauts from another planet or simply the gods of a rich and complex mythological system, their story is undeniably captivating. It challenges our understanding of the past and forces us to reconsider the origins of humanity. It blurs the line between myth and history, between gods and extraterrestrials. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember the Sumerians. They believed the gods weren't just up there, but that they had been down here with us. And maybe, just maybe, they promised to return one day. What do you think? Are the tales of the Anunnaki a forgotten chapter of our true history, or are they simply ancient myths? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We love reading your theories and ideas. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the ancient past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.